Hello and welcome to English Capsules. Today's capsule, Thanksgiving. Get your coffee ready and let's get started.
Hello and welcome, everyone. Today we're going to tackle one of the recent dates that have been in our calendars. A few days or a few weeks ago, it was Thanksgiving Day. Um, I'm sure that many of you have seen it in the social media. This is an annual holiday that people celebrate in the USA and in Canada. And the idea behind this holiday is to give thanks for the blessings of the year. Particularly in the US, they celebrate it on the fourth Thursday of November, but in Canada, it is the second Monday in October. So they are different, but they both are focused on giving thanks, right? So on this episode, we are going to tell you a bit of the history of this day, what happens today, food, and some other things also related.
Okay, so historically speaking, and this is to make like a really quick summary. So if you are really interested into the history, go and investigate, do your research, okay?
Huh.
So in England, since Henry VIII was king, something very curious happened. He decided to change the religion of the country because they didn't agree with his goals in life, let's say. So he decided that England would become Protestant, right? After him, and after him, I mean with his children, we're going to have like some years that are going to return to Catholicism, other years that are going to defend Protestantism, that is the faith that they had chosen. So among these years of revolt, let's say, among religion in this country in particular, we're going to have a group that are called separatists. So these separatists are looking for the most pure version of Protestantism, and they don't agree with the model that England has taken at this time. So this is also the time that America is, inverted commas, discovered. So in the south, we're going to have the Spanish influence, but in the north, they're going to have the English influence. So this group of separatists decide that it's a good idea to go to the new land where they will be able to live their faith in the way they want. So for some people, the name of the ship that they take may be known, for others first time. This is called the Mayflower. So the Mayflower is the ship that is going to take the separatists that are called pilgrims to the new land. They arrive to a place called Maryland, and there is where they decide to settle. However, they have little to no idea what is expecting them there. A group of Native Americans are going to help them. So they are going to show them about crops, the land, how to settle, and things like this. So it is said that the first Thanksgiving is celebrated in order to thank the Native Americans for their support during this time of the year, during this,
Arrival, we could
yes,
say.
this arrival.
This
Yeah, thank
arrival.
you. So, well, it is said that this is the first one that is celebrated, and a few, quite few years later, this is established as a celebration to commemorate, well, to give thanks and to commemorate this first.
So at the beginning, it's to thanks for the blessing of this warm welcoming and also to thank for the harvest. Like those are the roots, we could say. Anyways, like Virgi said, this happened many centuries ago. So it is still happening. And the thing is that people from the US and people from Canada still celebrate it today. So, like I said, they have particular dates not dates, but they know that it is, for example, the fourth Thursday in November. It's not an exact number for the day, it's not a date, but
Mhm.
well, we know that usually it happens on this day. So it's a holiday, right?
Yeah, and it's like one very important holiday in at least in
Exactly.
the American calendar.
Yeah, right. So they come together with friends and family, they share a large meal. Um, it's an occasion in which you spend time with your loved ones, and at the same time, you give thanks or you express your gratitude for the year that has passed. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, we were talking at the beginning before starting the recording that um, in many places they have a tradition in which everyone is seated at the table and they share what they are grateful for particularly. And in the meal, they give every person a moment to say thanks. It's very popular to express your gratitude because many times we take many things for granted. Like, okay, yeah, well, food, a hot shower, a family, being happy. I don't know. We take it for granted, and in fact, if you think about it, you have a lot to thank for. So
It wouldn't
it's
be a bad idea that everyone celebrates that day to give thanks.
exactly so. If the point of this day is to give thanks, maybe it's not a bad idea to, I don't know if to establish one day for the rest of the cultures, but well, to bear in mind that it's good to give thanks.
Okay, so we were talking about food. I imagine that to everyone that is listening, the first thing that comes to your minds is the big turkey. And well, I think of the big turkey and all the ways it can go wrong because lately in social media you can see like so many ways of setting a turkey on fire, burning a turkey.
Because it's not easy to cook a turkey, I imagine, because it's like a very big piece of meat, and you have to, I don't know, you have to know or you have to get informed on how to prepare it. I don't know if it is so simple.
No, and I think that it takes a number of hours. It's not that you cook it in 2 hours, 3 hours. I imagine that this is a long process.
And then, of course, there are secrets on how you make the meat a bit wet because we know that it's a dry meat. So it's, yeah, I don't think it is easy to cook a turkey.
So, some traditional dishes that we find around the table, mostly these are dishes that are related to autumn, because in the end,
Because,
this is in
yeah.
autumn. So, it's very common to have the cranberry sauce, stuffing for the turkey. The stuffing,
Mhm.
this I learned when I was doing research, can be inside the turkey or they can serve it as a side dish.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know
I
that.
thought it was always inside.
So also traditional, and probably you have seen this in many movies, the pumpkin pie.
Mhm.
That the pumpkin pie is like the most popular dessert. However, they also have pecan pie or apple pie for dessert. And well, customary, this is served with a lot of side dishes. None of them are salad. Most of them are potatoes or, well, there is one that I find particularly yucky. I'm sorry, but there is one that is called sweet potato casserole or yam. And this is sweet potatoes, brown sugar, and marshmallows. And when I think of this combination, I think how sweet,
Well, but it's only once a year, so
I
don't
hope.
worry. So, together with this food that we were mentioning, the turkey is like the character of the season because not only do you eat turkey, but also you can find decorations like um, on the walls or on the table. What
Okay,
else?
one curious tradition is that the president pardons a turkey. So I'm not exactly sure how this process go. I don't know if people vote and one turkey is the chosen one. I don't know if they bring the turkeys to the White House and the president chooses one. I don't have an idea how precisely the process goes. But the president pardons one of the turkeys, which means that that turkey is not going to be killed. And according to what I read, the said turkey goes to live a happy life in a farm. I think that we mostly learned about Thanksgiving through TV or through movies. Like, I don't know, I remember seeing this movie, I don't remember the name, but it's something about a holiday gift with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it takes place like in the big Macy's parade that is like traditional for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So I think that's the first time I saw that there was a parade. This parade is amazing because they have like giant inflatable balloons with characters.
Yes. And I am sure that most of our listeners have seen that in a series or in a movie because it is very popular. Of course, we have friends with Monica with the turkey on her head, also dancing.
You also have the one that Rachel tries to prepare the trifle and ends up with meat in the middle. There is one episode that also shows something that typically happens during Thanksgiving. In France, they play a football match, an American football match. And then in other seasons, you see that there are very important matches, football matches during this day. So this is also part of the tradition. There's football on Thanksgiving's Day.
When we say football, we mean American football, not soccer, right? Okay, so now we can go to The Simpsons. If you have watched The Simpsons, you have seen several episodes in which this takes place. There is one with the boat that we were mentioning at the beginning, and Bart all dressed up like a pilgrim. So I think that most of the series show a bit of Thanksgiving because it is tradition and it's part of their culture. I don't know now, but when you are a kid, one of the first things that come as an influence from another culture is TV, series, movies.
And one thing that we were discussing that is funny is that America has influenced lots of celebrations around the world, like Halloween, Christmas, New Year's. And we were saying how funny it is that Thanksgiving hasn't reached that point. Like, it didn't become so popular that the world celebrates it. So it's a funny thing.
It's weird and it's very weird actually because we were saying that despite the origins it has, but the meaning it has today could be very significant for today's rhythm of life, we could say, or today trends in the sense of giving thanks and everything else. But well, we would say, oh well, it's another way to learn something different, you know?
Yeah.
And now you learn about with this episode, I'm sure you have learned about the history. You have learned why it is celebrated, what it is, when they celebrate, like more specific information, I would say.
We can leave a question for our audience to answer here in the comments or in our Instagram account, The English Capsules. That is,
Okay.
would you like to celebrate Thanksgiving?
Okay, so before we go, remember to subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Give love to our content and spread the word to help our channel grow.
Also, remember that you can rate our episodes and comment on each capsule. Activate the bell so that you know when our next capsule is out. And take a look at the description and our Instagram account to take more advantage of our content.
Okay, that's all for today. Bye for now.
See you in our next episode.